Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dota 2 Champions League, powered by Epic Esports Events, as well as Face It. We're here with the second best of three today, Evil Corporation versus Sanguine Sharks, or Sanguine Sharks. I'm Lysander, going to be joined here by Mike Loris. Welcome, my friend. How's your break?
Great. Got some lunch, and it was delicious. So, geared up, fueled up, ready to watch some Han trash. They were talking about Han in the lobby. They were like, oh, best game. They didn't want to play on the Dire, they wanted to play on the Hellborn side, and we all know what that means, right, guys? So,
I don't know.
Actually, like, you know...
Do enlighten
Han,
us,
it was fun.
Dota purists. What does Hellborn?
A Hellborn was the Dire equivalent in Heroes of New Earth.
Ah.
So, like, if you play on the Hellborn side, you're on the top right.
Right. So what will the Radiant call it?
Of the light.
I actually don't remember. Hellborn.
Let's hit the Google.
Was it Legion and Hellborn? I could look it up, but yeah, don't know much about Evil Corporation. They have not really been around all that long. Tolera's been around in the Dota scene. Everyone else, not as much so.
No, the Legion and the Hellborn. So you're right. You're right. Nice. You're Han trash.
Hey, I played it when it was like just coming out of beta. I paid $30 for that, and it was fun. But we maxed out on MMR, me and my friends, and we just could not raise our MMR anymore with the way it was positioned. So we're like, okay, we beat the game, we win.
Well, now we have fast picks coming out here. Evil Corporation, they took out. Okay, I think they were the guys that took out Vega.
Team's turn to ban.
Yeah,
they were.
They took out Vega, so the Han trash should not be looked down on. You know, they have some skills up their sleeves. I can't remember the game with. Wait, I can't remember the game with Sharks though. It was against another quote no name team. So
I think it was versus IKEA.
Yeah, so that was another
full Swedish team, and it is. Oh, it's the Glenn's Death Style stack. They went full Sweden with that one.
I can't remember, but yeah, that game was a little slightly forgettable compared to the other fun fest that we've been having. But you know, it was very normal. But yeah, I would say if you asked me to pick a team, I would say Evil Corporation. They played pretty stellar in their match against Vega. Of course, Vega did Vega things, but still, it takes some strategy to be able to pull off a win like that. Of course, another thing to note is Tolera, the Sand King player on Evil Corporation. He missed a lot of bar strikes in that game. Like, apparently the Han Sand King is like point target only, no unit target, so he kept clicking the ground and kept missing a lot of bar strikes.
Huh, I don't remember that, but
no, someone told me in the chat the other day, so I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were some differences like that, although it's usually pretty easy to get around. But you know, outside of that, we'll see how these drafts are actually able to progress. They're gonna pick Sand King once again, regardless of player skill. I think this is just, you know, a strong pick to open up with. But on the Sanguine Sharks, we have Naga Siren and Disruptor as an opening. Now, Naga Siren and Disruptor both being in the first phase is interesting enough. These two heroes do work very, very well with one another, however. So maybe Sanguine Sharks setting up for some you know, big wombo combo type gameplay.
Yeah, and Disruptor is one of the counters to the Naga actually, as well, because it's one of the only heroes that is being able to glimpse her while she's trying to TP from the song with a song, because it's the only one of the few heroes that has a long enough disable or long enough TP camp counter to pull her back. So you know, it's a soft counter kind of thing. Silence is strong on Naga anyway, so pick up the Disruptor. Never too bad a pick. Able to single-handedly harass an off-laner as well, being able to put out a lot of the damage through the Thunder Strike. And now it's gonna be good against Tinker as well if they get some vision on the board. So maybe no, Storm is banned, so Beastmaster maybe.
That's definitely a possibility here. They just typically want to go for the Tinker, which is, I mean, interesting to see them ban out the Storm at all. Like, usually you're just not going to be a hero that's in consideration. It does work pretty well with the Keeper of the Light and the Sand King, so I guess there is some synergy there, but they're pretty much just paving the way for Evil Corporation to get this Tinker pick, and it does seem like it's going to be pretty free. Now, you are going up against Naga Siren's Song, Glimpse, and as long as you do have maybe some like weird hill observer wards or anything to see the Tinker, then yeah, he's maybe still going to have a couple of problems, but it does seem like it's a rather safe place to pick up a Tinker and play that kind of slowly grindy map control game.
Yeah. Well, Evil Corporation, they played one game well, so I don't know if there's gonna be more. There's gonna be more samples out there for us to judge, but I'm not sure how they run their Tinker. But like you said, their map control game is gonna be strong. We still don't know if this Naga is gonna be a core in the mid lane, because now that the PA is picked up, we have that possibility that they push the Naga to the mid, PA stays in the safe lane. They could still put Naga on support, so we don't really know.
Naga support doesn't look terrible here. Like, you're probably not gonna have to fight all that much up against like this setup from Evil Corporation of what Keeper Light Sand King. Maybe supports, or at the very least Keeper Light guaranteed as support. It's most likely not going to be contested all that much, so they can probably get away with that. Running her mid lane up against Tinker is okay. Like, the armor situation for Naga Siren, her ability to trade hits is decent, but you're just gonna have to face up against Laser, and that's a pain and a half. So Naga Siren first pick, definitely awkward, especially like followed up with that Phantom Assassin. Like, not really any huge wombo combo here. Usually, like, a wombo combo type core hero would be more along the lines of a Juggernaut or a Sven to set up. Phantom Assassin really doesn't need any setup.
Oh. Well, the Phantom Assassin, well, it doesn't need setup if you have big crits. Like, have the good RNG to land those big crits. Otherwise, your damage can get lackluster if you don't have those minus armors on your side or control. Get that blinding light. It's pretty annoying for the Phantom Assassin. So yeah, it's good. It's strong against most of the remaining carries in the pool, I would say. Anti-Mage, yeah, Anti-Mage is one of them. What else is left? Luna?
Yeah, you can still go for that route.
Yeah, I think she's pretty good against those heroes, being able to jump them and burst them, especially against Anti-Mage. Yeah, there you go.
Picking up the Luna for Evil Corporation also maybe just sets up for a perfect Shadow Demon last pick. I don't see a reason why they shouldn't do that, because their lanes are looking already pretty solid. Like, Sand King is just a fine laner, Tinker is the same thing. You typically do want to get your Luna a little bit of extra safety there, and Shadow Demon usually is the top of the list. So Evil Corporation getting, once again, a really grindy lineup, and then an Omni Knight response. I was going to mention Omni Knight for Evil Corporation, actually, with the Sand King. But Omni Knight Phantom Assassin is definitely a thing. Like, Phantom Strike into Purify is very powerful early on. Repel on Phantom Assassin is obviously ridiculous, so it's not bad.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, Omni Knight has been nerfed, and although the repel has been improved slightly, it is still still remains to be seen if it is going to be effective. PA Omni Knight always going to be a scary combo so long the base essence of Omni Knight remains, and it's always got that Purify heal bomb you have to worry about when pairing up the PA, adding a lot of strength to that Omni Knight pick. I kind of like the lane now, but it does mean that the Naga is going safe, right?
It still does look like that, unless they want to do some like weird off-lane Naga Siren thing. If Sanguine Sharks don't ban out Shadow Demon, that is a huge mistake. Unless they pick it up themselves, which is unlikely. But I mean, you don't want to give the enemy team Demonic Purge now and Shadow Demon Luna.
Yeah, there you go. A huge mistake it would be. Very good against PA, able to shut her down with the Purge and whatnot. So overall, I would say a solid lineup coming up from Sharks. The Siren, still have to see if it is going to play out well, because like you said, Tinker, not fun for the Naga, and at least she does have a mirror image to remove the laser, destroy missiles. So
reserve time.
A very
still
small
just get Ags and then bounce the laser onto it.
Oh, I mean in the lane, but that's a very small thing.
10 seconds remaining.
The problem here for Sanguine Sharks is that their draft is really slow to get off the ground. This is going to make it a little bit faster with the Mirana pick. They really didn't have all that much damage outside of the Omni Knight, maybe PA, in the before the Mirana's picked up. So this is going to get them a little bit of extra damage, and it's most importantly going to be magic damage. Before they were very, very physical heavy with the Phantom Assassin and the Naga Siren. So I like the last pick for Sharks. Evil Corporation, I don't really think they needed anything in particular for the last pick, so Dazzle's just fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there are any heal bomb potentials. Maybe they put Sanking with Dazzle, but they might have Keeper and Luna just be there alone. Sanking Keeper could work as well, but I think Dazzle Sanking is not too bad. You got a mini heal bomb, but Keeper and Luna should be able to zone out the Mirana enough. Yeah, with mana leak and the threat of Luna just running you down, I think it should be enough.
Well, do you think
10
it's going to be
seconds
Mirana
remaining.
not going towards mid? I would expect Slash Strike to Mirana
5
mid.
seconds remaining.
Is it? Can you like Omni Knight Naga Siren a dual lane? Is that actually something you could do up against a Luna lane? Doesn't seem all that powerful. Like this.
No, wait.
draft
So you
Shark-
you still think it's gonna be an aggro try?
I mean, they could just put one hero up there. They don't have to. I'm thinking like dual lanes for Sharks.
Okay,
if
dual lanes
that's
for
at all
Sharks could
possible,
work.
but
The
It doesn't seem that strong really, no matter how they assort their lanes.
maybe just play it safe and get farmed. I think Mirana is very likely to be. Well, I don't know. I don't think the Naga can be anywhere but mid or support though. Is this some? Okay. So it looks like Sharks are Swedish as well, right? Is that it? Am I missing a joke or something? Did I miss the news?
I could check. Well, they are from all over the place. If Liquid Wiki is correct.
Okay,
Got
so
some
it's,
Netherlands, Russia, Lebanon,
Wow.
Bulgaria, Czech Republic.
that's a very
So, yeah,
European
they're-
lineup though.
Yeah,
all I can say.
all over the place.
Yeah, Solari is looking to go offlane. All right, so something different. You have that Omni Knight as well, so you may be right. Do they put another hero up there? Mirana looks to be mid, so it's gonna be a mid Mirana and a dual lane. Yeah, like I said, Disruptor is good for solo harassment, and should be able to pin down that Sanking enough with just PA and Disruptor. So playing it 2-1-2 for now, and looking to punish the weaker defensive supports on Evil Corp. Right, running through the teams. Own Me on the Tinker, Tolera on the Sand King. Let's see how his Barrel Strikes work this game. Nox on that Luna. We got Charlie on the Dazzle. And last but not least, we have Buck or Booch on that Keeper of the Light.
See what the Sharks got. They have Seni on the Disruptor. I'm trying to see if his mount is actually like the Shark one. It's not. Unfortunately,
Report it.
Stormer. It's on the Phantom Assassin over towards the mid lane. It's Slash Strike on the Mirana. Dale's on the Omni Knight up towards top. Solari's on the Naga Siren. But this top lane is kind of awkward. Ensnare is a pretty good spell at closing distances.
I don't think they're gonna add Ensnare though, honestly. They're just gonna
Yeah.
farm the Naga.
But then you're going up against like Luna Coddle. Like these are two of the faster heroes in the game, so like you automatically cannot really catch up to them with two melee heroes and apply pressure. You're gonna be taking chip damage the entire time.
That's what the Omni there is.
I'm
I think
not
Omni
really
is there
sure.
just for the repel, so that it can take off mana leak. I think that's all it is there for the start anyway. And then try and trade farm. You have to splash. Luna isn't exactly gonna have a great time either. And if I'm not wrong, Evil Corp might pull Dazzle to go with the SK. So he even got a smoke. So he's looking to roam this guy. So it's very likely he's going to Sand King. Very likely.
It's possible they just smoke up like right after this pause or something like that, and then with the Sand King try to close in for a Burrow Strike. He does not have any movement speed items though, SK, so smoking from this angle into your enemies is usually not going to be great. I don't actually see a Smoke of Deceit doing that much here, at least not from like
Or
level
maybe he
1.
just dual lanes to the Sand King and then pretend to run for a rune while the creep wave's pushed out and then just roam with him. I don't know.
Well, he's chilling right now.
30
They're gonna
seconds to
smoke
battle.
like for the early game. Should be now to try to take like some wraparounds, go down the bottom lane around to try to get behind the enemies as they try to get that rune.
I feel like they should have been waiting in the rush pit already. They have this observer ward scouting the high ground and this rune here, so they're really focusing a lot on this bottom lane. So it might be an aggressive try. Luna solo? Is that it?
Get moving.
I don't think so, right?
If it is, Luna's gonna have a kind of rough time. Like even though she is fast, just run at her and usually you're gonna be just fine. The offensive
Okay,
tri lane of
so it
EC is not that bad if they decided to run it. but they shouldn't.
Keeper SK. So one of the supports do go down. They put the healer up top for the Naga harassment, and that should be that. And this lane actually suddenly looking strong without the Coddle to really jab at them. I think the Naga lane can actually function pretty well. And once he gets enough levels, he can take that Iron Talon into the jungle. If he manages to farm an Arcane's even better. So we'll see how it goes.
Look at this
Dale farming.
bottom lane already. Illuminating the wave is very, very bold. Pushing it out very far, but they have that and Caustic Finale. So
Yeah, PA takes a lot of
Stormer is
damage.
going to have a rough time getting close to this creep wave.
He-
Once Chakra comes up as well, Chakra Burst Strike is fairly obnoxious.
Yeah, I think the main issue is PA having no Stout Shield, number one. And the second thing, being able to... Well, we're going to miss a lot of last hits because of that low attack damage now. We're going to go into Lara. There is no Barrow Strike, they know this, but oh no, the creep! Blasting her with a shockwave, and Talara, he's going to run away scot-free. He's going to do more damage onto the PA. She does have a Salve and a Tangle left, but without Stout Shield, it's going to hurt. I like this lane already from Evil Corporation. Those Hon strats working out.
And this top lane is... the farm is going towards the Omni Knight, which I like the decision. I'm not sure if Solari is actually going to be a threat. Again, Naga Siren's one of the better heroes at taking hits or returning damage.
The Naga is not
Try,
farming
but-
actually. The Omni is doing the farming.
Yeah.
The Naga buying poor man shield. It's a very old strategy.
It's a full support Naga Siren,
Yeah.
but they can't actually kill anyone here. Like, it's just not going to happen up against the
And
Luna.
they're about to die actually. The health is really low. Naga's out of regen. It does look like they are. And one more thing, the Mirana is getting dumpstered in the middle lane. Dumpstered.
Oof. It doesn't really get... Oh, they're going to go for Solari one more time.
I think they got
Right
him.
clicks, I think they got him.
And yeah, Kali takes a tower shot, but that's gonna be first blood. The Naga overextending there, and maybe now they consider pulling the Naga down to the bottom lane and do some work. And that's what happens when you have that support Naga. It does become very awkward against these heroes. Support Naga is just neither here nor there. You need follow up to be able to chase this, and you need that PA. The PA is the one that's gonna be throwing the dagger, allows you to close the distance, but looks like they will not be doing that. Life gets a little stressful.
It's not
for
like
the
Naga
Disruptor.
Siren support gets a lot stronger between like level 1 through
Illuminate.
5. Like, it's all kind of mediocre. Same thing for the Mirana. Like, she'll get slightly stronger with more points in Starstorm. But Tinker, if he is going to go for this full laser missile build,
Yeah.
is going to outdamage the Mirana every single time. And there really just is no contest there. So Shark's lanes as they stand, a little bit awkward. They're still CSing okay, but they're not really really where they want to be. Like, Talera all the way behind the enemy tier 1. That's something that Phantom Assassin does not want to deal with.
And the Keeper is gonna pull the wave away so that the PA doesn't get the safety of the tower. And he only has a Salve left, and I think once Buck gets to that level 2 chakra magic, problems will start setting in as the mana will be fully sustainable there. And we're gonna try and steal the creeps here. I'm not so sure Tolera's gonna allow that. Oh, they're gonna trap in Buck there, trying to go down. They're gonna jump down maybe. The Keeper does get jumped on, and he does get killed off, which is a huge thing for them. The creep that needs to get that last hit, he does. Tolera gets the last hit there, and they do get a successful kill on the Keeper. So not respecting the damage that can be put out, and losing his life. So. Oh, pushing forward there onto the PA. The PA does have Blink though, so I don't believe this will be a kill.
Speaking of kills, Tinker found one on the
Oh.
Mirana over towards mid. And top, we got an ensnare, but there's not that much damage.
And the
Final
Keeper
level
just
2.
got glimpsed back, so pretty annoyed.
Oh, and top Dale, he overcommitted.
I
Taking a lot of
shouldn't
right-click
die.
damage.
Shouldn't die. He has a purification again. He has to be careful there. Okay. Baiting in Cowley. That's a... I don't know why the Dazzle went in though, honestly. But oh, here comes the Tinker. The rockets come in.
Rocket.
Just baiting. Just baiting. And Tinker even manages to TP back. And that's going to be really, really good for him as he is almost halfway to that Boots of Travel. Early BTs are almost a GG for Sharks, I think, given how this lane is done. And again, Illuminate goes through. The PA takes a huge chunk of damage, but they're not diving this. The blur will be a problem for them if they do decide to overcommit.
Yeah, that was a very elaborate play there from the Dazzle. Looked kind of foolish. I didn't see the Tinker come in. I guess Sharks didn't see the Tinker come in either, even though they had an Observer Ward, which would have seen him. You know, no one's really paying attention to that, I suppose. So just drawing your attention away, sacrificing the Dazzle for 2 kills on your Tinker.
That could be a glimpse back into an arrow. The Illuminate coming through. Ooh, Sandy takes a huge hit there. Caustic could pop him, but he won't drop. It's only level 2 Caustic. 10-6 charges into Lara. Fires the arrow. It's gonna go far. Not gonna find him. Has to be careful. The Illuminate hits onto the Marana. The 10-stick charges will keep Sanking healthy, and they'll back off now. Senny escaping on 20 HP. Gonna be pretty happy about that. And,
so far, this early phase is working out real well for Evil Corporation, especially this Tinker. Like, you get laser missile build, you dominate your lane, you even get kills in the other lane, which is very hard to do. It should be a very quick set of travels, and then once that happens, like, Sharks are very, very soft. Like, Omni Knight's fairly tanky, I suppose. Naga Siren is very resistant to physical attacks, but not Tinker style damage. He can actually just walk around the map insta-giving people.
Oh, so Larry drops an Observer deep in Dire territory, trying to scout out when the pulls are happening and try and contest them. You know, the Keeper as well as the Sand King playing very bold, and the Keeper has reached that high level Chakra Magic Stormer, getting hit by that Illuminate once again. They'll go for the Disruptor by the side. They're looking for a pick on him, but the PA is just really suffering at this point.
The beauty of PA is that you have Stifling Dagger, so you're going to be getting some CS no matter how bad your lane is. She unfortunately doesn't have a Ring of Basilius
Disruptor
yet, so
he is.
Disruptor's in a bad spot.
But nope, Solari's here with that bait, so the Illuminate.
I think they'll see him.
Okay, it's gonna miss. Oh, Sand King
Oh,
goes
Solera,
in,
look how
sees
deep
the
he's
Naga.
going.
He's like, okay, never mind, just gonna back off, but there's a glimpse. I'm not sure they can kill him though. He could just Barrel Strike. Doesn't go for the Disruptor Barrel Strike, which is a little bit odd, but in the end he does get out scot-free, so should be okay nonetheless. And Own Me already has the boots of travel, I think. Yeah, he does have them, so GG.
Insanely early travels right now. Now he can just teleport down and help the bottom lane.
Naga.
Bring into another fight.
Oh, that's a big explosion here coming out. The Auto Illuminate coming from the back. It's gonna nuke him. Not gonna be touching enough though. And Keeper now has the mana TP. Better TP out right away. The Ensnare gonna be there. Does he port out? No, he does not. He gets rooted in and he gets blown up by that Naga. And this is what I was saying. The Naga should be down here early. Get that splash with the dagger of the PA. Can do a lot of chip damage. Even go for kills with the minus armor. But committed to the top lane a little bit to pressure Luna. Didn't do much, seeing that Luna's top CS after Tinker.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And the Omni Knight's not really going to have much different of a lane experience without his Naga Siren there. Like, he'll still get poked back with a little bit less in the way of fighting back, but it's negligible to say the least. So I think it's fine that they made that rotation. It may be a situation of too little too late for that rotation of the Naga Siren, since the Tinker does have his travels, but yeah, this game is still not looking fantastic for Sharks, especially since they're applying zero pressure to this Tinker, who is now going to start transitioning his build towards a little bit more March and start power farming.
Yeah. The Rearm picked up, so let the Tinker commence. You know, we talk about Naga being resistant to physical damage. PA is as well. You know, resistant to physical right clicks and whatnot, but give him some laser missiles, maybe even a Dagon build. Could do a lot of harm to this PA. And this Sand King is getting a pretty decent time, although he has been daggered non-stop there. Stormer going for a lucky crit, just praying to the gods, but yet this guy not getting the crits there. Got 3 hits in, no crit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ah well, sometimes that's just how it goes. Another dagger, no crits, never lucky.
Disruptor is there.
Solera should still be fine, although they have a glimpse.
Glimpse. Okay. Goes for the Barrel Strike, escapes a little bit. Will he get out of there? No, he does not. Yeah. Alright, nice kill. The Glimpse gonna be in place there. Now PA taking her revenge there for that early hard lane. Nox, meanwhile, has a lot of visitors, so gonna play it cool here. Oh, the illusions are gonna trap him in. He might get blocked in for a nice arrow, and there's a double Star Storm. Really, really interesting trap in here. And Nox not gonna be able to get out of there. The KS coming out from Dale, and they might go for the push in, but meanwhile, Tinker blows up the diving PA.
tried to go for a Keeper of the Light pick off, and I don't think they saw the Tinker with travels, so maybe they were just caught surprise. But he does have them, so probably not gonna happen again. They're setting up a top, though. 4 heroes coming in.
Wow, taking a lot of damage. The arrow's there, but Dale, he's taking quite a bit of chip damage. The Moonlight.
Okay. So we should be good then, and just in time to see the Phantom Assassin being chased down. Jukes into the trees though. Very, very nice.
Yeah, the push is coming. I mean, I'm not sure how much you heard, but Tinker, 6,000 net worth right now. Nox is leveraging that Lunar Blessing to push another tower. So far so good. EC taking map control, grabbing this game firmly in their grasp, and well, they're looking to trade here. Evil Corporation, they want to strike down this Tinker, but it's going to be in a huge march. There's the missile, the laser coming out. Solari taking a lot of march damage. He's taking hits here. The silence comes out. They'll probably get the Tinker now. No Grave going to be there as he walks into the silence. They glimpse back to Dazzle, and now the Sanguine TP was thinking about it, but will change his mind as all his heroes go down. Stormer takes an Illuminate hit.
The end result is still pretty good for Sharks, able to take down a tower. If you can trade towers evenly with the Tinker Luna comp, then you're usually going to be feeling pretty good about yourself. So I mean, Sharks definitely do need that extra gold as well, like especially this Mirana, who doesn't really have all that much going for her. EC, they are starting to get into a spot with this Tinker leveling up March almost to max, with this Luna getting her power level up, where they can start slowly grinding out the map. Pretty standard Luna and Tinker things. So Sharks have to find those pickoffs beforehand. But oh, speaking of pickoffs, PA eclipsed
And the epicenter.
and epicenter. Holy crap!
Yeah, they don't like that PA. And
She's dead.
yeah. EC looking to push another tier 1 tower at the end of that. The big ulti's on cooldown. Oh, Dale has to be careful, gonna get stunned by the Lucent Beam, and that is a big one. A heal bomb coming in as well. Goodbye, Omni Knight. And well, not the only one that can heal bomb.
They're coming from behind. I don't really think it's gonna be a great way to go in though. They have Song Static Storm.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Still don't think that's good enough.
Well, Mango comes out for Nox. Yes, the helmet's a dominator. They're pulling him back with the glimpse, and there, well, you might think it's not enough, but they do get a big Lunar kill, and that's one of the things about Disruptor, you know. You try and escape, but if you don't peel out the fight together, you will get punished by having one of your guys brought back. In this case, they lose their Luna, so a big deal.
A little bit of patience there for Sharks. They could not have done that if everyone, as I said, from EC was actually there. So, very, very patient play and rewarded with one of the bigger heroes to kill off. They are going to want to keep...
Building to the Manta style has disjoined a couple of things. If you time it right, can also disjoin Glimpse, so that will be nice. But right now, Nox... Well, I think one of the main issues here is him not having that many Ancient stacks to farm. He's got that one there. He hasn't. I don't think he's cashed in yet. But all the large camps have been farmed up by the Tinker.
The Luna's still doing okay for herself in the net worth. It does seem like she probably should have more at this point, considering how many towers they've taken down as well. But she's been moving around getting those towers. It's gonna take a lot of time off the farm schedule, and she will have that ancient stack coming up pretty soon. Pretty sure this is blocking it though. Observer Ward? Yeah. So they're trying to stack it, but
oh wow!
isn't bad.
I never saw that one before. It's very out of the way. Usually you have the wards around here and they get dewarded,
Yeah.
but this one is new. Yeah, I've never seen that one planted before. Sometimes I wonder if it's
Does it
deliberate.
actually give them any vision? It actually gives them some pretty good vision also.
Just one line, right? Just one line.
Yeah, I mean for like an ancient blocking ward also, like the fact that they see anyone moving fast is not bad.
Yeah, it's decent. Definitely gonna be decent. But now looks like Sharks are starting to get a better grasp on this game. They had a disastrous early game. Now they managed to snipe the Tinker. Although I say they sniped the Tinker, they still have that issue where the Tinker is at 8 lens, and the glimpse here on the Dazzle means he's in deep trouble. He does have the Grave to bail out, and he does have the Tinker maybe save his life, maybe drop a weave there. But I don't think he's getting out of here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And
EC are not really moving as a team any longer. They haven't really set up anything with the Sand King. Tolera's Blink Dagger has been significantly slowed down. He was close to the top of the net worth chart a while ago, but hasn't really farmed since and is 50 gold short of a Blink Dagger right now. They really do need that to try to get back on the horse, because right now EC aren't really doing anything proactively. They're just, you know, getting some farm here and there, but it really is Sharks to move around the map and call the shots. And that's going to give them that Aghanim Scepter Mirana. But I guess for EC, they have Ags coming up on Keeper of the Light, actually. That's pretty soon.
Yeah. But another Ags coming out as well. Mirana getting the Ags. So 80 minutes is pretty decent. Considering she got completely walked over in that mid lane. I think I'm most surprised by the Omni Knight's amount of farm here. He got away with so much farm, got himself a full pipe. It's gonna help for pushing the waves, because if they're gonna think about pushing this wave, they have to have that creep wave survive the full Illuminate, and the pipe's the only way to keep it survive through one. And now Kali goes for the double Star Storm. They pull the Glimpse back on the Dazzle. The guy's gonna grave up. He will keep himself alive here. Tolera is waiting for the overextension. The missiles come through. They will actually stop the gank from coming in, but now the Tinker now gonna continue to marshal. Lara going in there, going for the Barrel Strike, will land on the PH. He disappears to the double ulti once again. Solari a little bit late on that song. Maybe they want to go for the silence on the Sand King, but I don't think it's that good an idea. The arrow lands on the Caudal. The Glimpse is pulling the Sand King back, but apart from that, nothing else that will be forced out here. But still a very bad team fight there for them, as they do lose their PA again, and they get met with trying the Luna when the Tinker. So overall, I think them holding the line is better, right? Oh, the arrow. Nearly finding the Tinker there.
EC are definitely more specialized, which is, you know, not a great thing, not a bad thing. It's just a thing. But Sharks are, they each have their role to play, and it's all kind of every single hero is kind of in that mid-range game plan. Whereas for EC, it's like, you know, your Sand King's gonna be a mid-game, Luna's gonna be your carry, your Tinker's gonna be kind of a carry with that Luna. And again, it doesn't really, oh, they flipped on the Phantom Assassin, she's dead. It doesn't really like affect how the game is going. It does affect the priority of farm though. We can see like on the red on the net worth chart, you got like, you know, the heroes that matter on the top, kind of tempo heroes in the middle, and then Dazzle on the bottom, whereas for a chart, all a little bit closer together in farm disparity.
Yeah, the Tinker, once he gets that Aghanim Scepter, it's gonna be a problem here for Sharks. I mean, the PA, we talked about her not having much farm, going for Vlad's first over Desto. It's not usually the situation you want to find yourself in. And then getting killed there so many times means she's going to be even slower at getting that BKB. So during the time where she has no BKB, she can't really jump in. There's too much control on the board here for EC. And PA is the only real damage dealer here. I mean, Potom has the double Starstorm, but that's easily healed up by the Axe Keeper and the Dazzle. So I feel like Sharks are gonna really start lacking a lot of damage here in the fights.
It is going to get to a stage where they have to rely a little bit more on this Naga Siren to set things up. If they set up an arrow to land and or a static storm to land on a decent amount of heroes, then it almost seems like they don't need all of the damage in the world to have all the control in the world. So Naga Siren will have the ability to do that. Won't really feel comfortable doing it until she has level 2 Song of the Siren, so she gets a minute off that cooldown. But they do have ways kind of around that. Phantom Assassin also is packing a serious cannon with his Desolator Vlad build.
Dude, we're packing a what?
She's packing a serious cannon.
Okay.
She kills things real quick, man.
Yeah, she does.
86 plus 86 damage.
It's gonna do a lot of damage, but that's if she gets on someone. So if she jumps on the Dazzle, crits him once, probably blows up in one shot. But if she misses or botches her initiation, gets hit by a Blinding Light, or, you know, walks into a Tinker combo, Luna Eclipse, he just melts instantly. There's Repel, but doesn't last as long this time.
It doesn't even have to be a Tinker combo. It just has to be laser onto Stormer.
Yeah.
There's
the repel though, so that's something they always have to play with.
If like a laser sticks, I mean, there's at this point either lens Ags on Tinker, so odds are there is going to be a blind effect on the Phantom Assassin at some point during the fight just because of the bouncing laser. It's real hard to push into a Tinker with Ags either lens at this point, unless they somehow get a good angle on him, which they do have a glimpse to try to facilitate, but again, that's really difficult as well.
Yeah, we have a Slash Strike getting repelled to push to the front, but with this constant march plus Illuminate, there is a very low chance they actually manage to peel this fight properly, you know? A nice smoke there, keeping Charlie invisible so that he doesn't get pulled back by the glimpse. I kind of like that usage of the glimpse there. Another weird glimpse. Gotta be pulling the Sanguine back actually, and the Moonlight is deployed, but I think it's been seen by EC, so it's going to be a defensive Moonlight, and there will be no catch here coming out. So Sanguine going to be the next one to pick up an Ags here. So Team Acronyms here on EC. Maybe we get Luna's one as well. Yay. Doubt it though.
I think that probably sailed. It's going up against the Pipe and Naga Siren. So probably not, but I want to see it as much as you do. EC, they can set up for a Roche if they get it.
Oh, they want to go for Dale. Can it kill Dale though?
A lot of magic to this.
Oh wow, the PA dies to that Tinker solo. That's not good. How did he kill that?
Tanking gonna beat his life away though. There's like no chance you kill an Omni Knight with this combo of heroes, and now they're gonna probably lose their Coddle.
Yeah, but the stun is down, so they're gonna use the Sarong. Okay. They don't like the Coddle. Alright, oh, they won the gem. Okay, so I think that's worth it. They get the gem for that song. It's only on cooldown for 180 seconds, no biggie. But it still kills nonetheless. They lose their PA again, but I mean, eventually PA is gonna get her items, right? She's already building to that BKB, and then she'll no longer be living in fear of Tinker. Ish.
That was also just like a really foolish move from EC, trying to kill an Omni Knight with a Sand King, and pretty much that's it. Like, it's all magical damage up against a hero who has a pipe. That's just never gonna work.
You don't even have a Veil or Aghanim.
A bad call to begin with.
Yeah. I think they're just underestimating Omni Knight's tankiness at this point in the game. This Omni Knight's more of a core than the position 4 that's been like hugging the PA. He's got a pipe, he's got 80 lens, he's level 13. A lot of stats on him.
1300 HP is just a lot to grind through with those heroes, even if he didn't have a pipe there. So, I mean, whatever. He loses a couple of kind of support heroes. Not the end of the world. Your Tinker is still farming kills in the meantime. 6-1-0 on Owned Me. So, yeah, they're still
but I'm
in a
worried
decent spot.
that the PA gets BKB and they get in trouble.
What was that?
No, if they get BKB on PA, then fights become a trouble for them.
Yes, but like up until that point, they can still kill off pretty much everyone else. Like, yeah, BKB is certainly a very good item to have, but the Luna is also still farming. Like, Luna can, at this point, probably still toe-to-toe with Phantom Assassin at a decent rate, especially if they look for Roshan soon, which they kind of missed their chance for since it's no longer daytime, but with the Luna having Helmet Dominator, Roshan should be pretty easy for EC to take.
Yeah. Kali remaining very poor throughout this entire game. This Dazzle. Poor guy. But Owned Me, he's got a Aghanim Scepter, 8 lens, Blink Dagger, Hex maybe? I think Hex will be what they need to shut down a Omni Knight. Or do you think it'd be something like Shiva's?
For Tinker?
E-Blade, Dagon?
Yeah, probably just blast him. Yeah. You're not going to be focusing on the Omni Knight. Oh, he's gone for Animitis. This is going to be a powerful Omni Knight.
Hand of Midas, wow. Okay, late game Omni Knight coming in. Dale might just carry shots to a victory in game 1. You know, given the start, I thought this game was going to be really one-sided, but I really have to commend Sharks for pulling back into this game.
EC like had the lanes on lockdown, but like this after laning phase, they haven't really done anything. Like Tolera has had this Blink Dagger for a long time, hasn't used it to any significant degree. You know, Luna's just farming. Tinker's been getting a couple kills here and there, but he's gonna get spotted
Odd
but
silence.
not glimpse. Static storm, but no glimpse. Yeah. Up to TPs, guys. Didn't know that.
Oh, looks like it'll be a fun fest. I really didn't expect this game to be a fun fest. The March spam is going to happen, so the lanes are always going to be pushed out. Bottom, have that Luna sending the Mantas over. Stormer is almost at his BKB though, so that's a problem. Okay, they're going for Roshan now, double damage.
Tinker.
Can kind of agree with that as well, you know. You can always go for Shadow.
It's still a good opening for EC. They know that once they start a fight, there's gonna be no interrupting them.
Oh, missing the barrel on
that wasn't a miss. That was like a predictive bro strike. He went for a kind of a ballsy play there.
Radiant's middle
Not
tower
gonna say
He
that
didn't.
was
He
a
didn't
bad
see
play.
the PA.
I mean, he knew that the PA was kind of around there, so he just wanted to get in as quick as he can. Because if you see the PA, that means the PA sees you, and that means she could BKB. So he had to kind of make it like half blind.
Okay.
And now it's daytime, so that's not bad.
Oh, double star storm going in, but repel keeping things real here. I wonder if someone's gonna pick up a diffusal blade. Maybe Keeper. I mean, he has a lot of spare change. He can try and pick up a diffusal just for the counter.
Yeah, Diffusal is not a terrible item to have. It is probably going to be Keeper. He's just getting the most gold. It is probably worth getting. Alternatively, you could just get like you know, just tanky auras.
Slash
try to
strike.
outlast him, and
Walks
they're going to
right
find the
into
Miranda
him.
this time.
This time he doesn't run. And Keeper gets the kill, so yeah, diffusal for him. Yes, please. And Nox is looking to push this. He doesn't want to wait anymore. Without the Mirana to nuke out the waves, it is the perfect time to go in.
Or anything, I mean, the Keeper Light is loaded with gold. I think you might actually be able to go for something maybe perhaps a little bit more useful than Diffusal Blade. It's still incredibly good to have on the team. Anything better? Force Staff is pretty good. I think Diffusal Blade is probably slightly better. But I mean, he's rich. He can get whatever he wants.
Yeah, diffusal blade remove that one protective layer that the Omni Knight can give. You know, the Guardian Angel can be a problem as well. Yes, Nox is starting to pick up the Eagle Song, is starting to hurt, so having his work corrected by that. Oh wow, this Disruptor dropping low. But having his work all removed by that Guardian Angel can be pretty annoying. So Dale now is going to try and walk up to this Luna, but it's a bad idea as the Eagle Song can really do some mad damage here.
Walk in, commit only one hero with an Aegis, and walk out with the free tower. Not a bad exchange there for EC.
I feel like they could have gotten more, to be honest.
Yeah, with this Aegis.
They have
still 2
BKB
minutes
as
on it.
well. They don't need to back off so fast.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
I mean, the only reason I think they went for that is because they knew that they have the Aegis. I think Naga Siren's ultimate might have just been finishing cooling down also, so they didn't have to worry about that. So, I mean, they still get a hell of a lot off of it, and they're building, like, such a big item on the Luna that it's kind of worth waiting for a Butterfly to be completed.
Yeah, well, I guess, but they might not get the push properly in before that Aegis goes anyway, so... They could come back to regret this. It's only game 1 for you guys who's tuning in. It's D2CL Season 9 BO3 playoffs.
I think it's fine to make that call. Like, they're probably not going to get much value off of this Aegis.
Uh-oh, the
They've
Eagle's up.
taken so
SK.
much.
Yeah, he's gonna get killed. Wow. He's getting double Star Storm with the Eel Scepter as well, you know, having a very nice dagger follow-up.
You'll Scepter Mirana.
Saves him from the what do you call it? Leak, mana leak as well. It's not too bad.
Yeah, also it's just a good anti-eclipse tech.
Mm-hmm.
Makes the
It's good
Diffusal
against
Blade,
Grave
though.
too, actually. And those
Yeah,
clutch
Diffusal Blade though
situations.
just got so much better because you could just get rid of that Cyclone and
Hey, guess
I'm
what?
not
No
really
one is
sure.
buying.
yeah.
Feels bad, man.
It should be Keeper's next item though.
Radiant's middle tower is
Oh,
under
we'll see.
attack.
Oh, they found Tinker.
He has
on the bottom
Bloodstone
lane
out.
in the
He has a
bottom.
Bloodstone out. He might go for a kill first. There's the Eel Scepter on him.
So this is
He kills himself, so no kill for them. They have been toying with him for a little bit, but no, didn't have enough burst to take him out. And now with that Static Storm down, maybe they feel a little bit bold to push this. But Nox doesn't have that Aegis anymore, and that's the problem, you know, not forcing it there. I think they really could have gotten at least a range Rex. Now they have to wait for the next Roshan.
They may have been able to get ranged racks. I don't think they can take a full set there with the if they went for that push earlier. It's definitely not as ballsy of a play as they could have made, but you know, I think it's still a reasonable play. You could definitely justify it. And Tinker's back anyway, and he's still loaded with money, so are they getting further ahead
Radiance
right
on Naga. It's happened. 36 minutes in. We haven't been tracking this. Have you been tracking this?
She's got 2 gems and radiance. That is going to be something that EC have to worry about. It's not like they were on a huge time before, but now that they see that the Naga rather does have a radiance, they know that there's going to be, you know, another heavy hitter down the line. They have to turn up the heat.
Yeah, this constant backing off is not gonna work. I mean, there isn't any big ultimate they should fear like an epicenter. There's Song into silence, so just put the Luna in the front. The rest of them should be okay. But right now Tinker and Luna are really high up on that net worth. That could change very soon if they don't take any action. There is a thing called throwing through in action now. And Evil Corporation are actually playing it very safe right now. Might be too safe.
Most likely just going to be them waiting for another Roche to respawn. Their Coddle can complete up this Ultimate Orb item, I want to say Scythe of Ice, then that's definitely worth waiting for as well. That's probably just the play, right? Like, they have Satanic Butterfly on the Luna, so she is incredibly big. Tinker is pretty much 6-slotted as well, so get Aegis, look for a Rax play. If they don't make a Rax play, if they're unable to get the Raxes down, then Evil Corporation are in a lot of trouble because they're just going to be slowly ground out of this game by Naga Siren.
Yeah, something to note as well, the Tinker decided to go to Shivas instead of the Hex, so... or Dagon. All the items that we tried, you know, thinking he could go for, but with this he locks up all his slots to non-burst items, so... could be a cause for concern. Does he maybe trade out the Aether Lens then?
Yeah, that's the most easily replaceable item. I still think that Dagon is probably the item pick. I mean, you have a keeper like going for a sheep stick. You don't need to double up on that necessarily. But I mean, I like the Bloodstone or the Shivas up against what Sharks have. I think 2 of them is kind of overkill. EC may run out of damage because of that fact. Like, Luna does a lot of damage. No one else really does.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from, you know, Luna the Tinker.
Yeah, the Dazzle Weave actually can play a big part as well. With the glaives bouncing about, the weave can really soften up those targets and mash them. But I'm surprised that in spite of all the things that are happening, Dazzle still remains below 1.5k net worth. That's pretty insane. I mean, it's 38
That
minutes.
is very surprising.
Poor guy.
Can't you just shadow wave a creep wave and then get that worth the farm?
I don't know, that guy can't even afford a magic stick. Sad times.
Feels pretty bad. Has 2 smokes.
Yeah.
And this is the classic 5 position get nothing roll. Meanwhile,
No money,
you know,
still buying
there's a Keeper
smokes.
the Light support on his team with
Too
an
real.
Aghanim Scepter and an Ultimate Orb and a Force Staff. Completely fair.
I mean, no money and still buying smokes, right? A little too real.
Okay. I don't know about that, but you know, I hear the
Oh,
Asian
I've got a
community,
lot of
Russian
friends.
community might know
I've got a
more.
couple of friends that do that. Like, you know, they always complain that you know, they spend that month's salary, but I see them smoking cigarettes, and cigarettes are expensive in Singapore.
They're expensive everywhere, dude.
No,
Or
they're
expensive here,
super
at least. I don't know
expensive in
about, like,
Singapore.
Russia.
Like, because the government like mega taxes it because they want to dissuade smokers, but it's super expensive in Singapore. But
Dude, even if I did want to take up smoking, I don't think I could afford it.
yep,
Uh,
like Dazzle right here. I prefer to get my
he has a
4-star.
problem.
He has a problem,
Gotta
alright.
get him to quit these smokes. He's addicted.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, Tinker gonna go in for that push to get own me. Spamming up the waves. Maybe we'll see a push at last. Roshan is gonna respawn, taking the longest time possible. Now we're gonna. I'm
unlucky
kind of
there
sensing
for
a pattern
EC.
here. You know, we have a 2-0 quick game like yesterday, and then the third one becomes a close nail biter.
It's still not too late for a 2-0. But yeah, I mean, this is gonna be getting the Luna probably her 6th item, or I guess 5th item off of her inventory. Maybe the Keeper Light 8 is able to grab a Sheepstick during this downtime. Maybe the Tinker should be able to get buyback and then some during this phase. The game plan for EC is still the same, right? Like get Aegis. Is this number 3? Do they get cheese off of this? I don't know, but either
Aegis,
way,
yeah.
they have to make a push off of this. Like they're going up against Handamitis Omni Knight, who's had it for such a long time. A Radiance Naga Siren, which is similar amounts of farm. If they sit back on this Aegis, or if they for some reason don't get it, then EC are like in a terrible position.
Yeah. Damn, this keeper's farm. Does he have Mystic Staff?
That is
No, he bought a.
Ooh.
No, Tolera. Finally, someone has the sense to stop shopping for them premiums and buying something worthwhile. Roshan still refusing to wake up. The double damage is gonna sit there for a while. It's up for 2 minutes, and I think they know that it's gonna be well within the boundaries. Never mind, Nox picks it up anyway, and right as they leave, we're gonna have Roche respawn. Right as they leave. They're gonna regret
Getting
this.
a team wipe might be better.
Okay,
There's maybe a Phantom Assassin kill here.
that would be big. Oh, he's gonna farm. He's gonna farm. He uses Blink. This is big. They need to go in. Now Stormer goes in. There's the laser. Taking so much hits already. The dust is there. They will go for the damage, but look at that bus. Use that BKB. Got destroyed. Double damage. Too strong. And without the MKB as well. 2 straight hits. No misses. Down he goes. And Roshan's up. So maybe time to check. Arrow gonna fly. Gonna miss. But Tinker not gonna be blinking into the trees. There's Senny trying to go for a pullback. Look at the Power Rangers come in. Silenced up the Sand King, looking for a catch on the Mirana, but I don't think they will. Now Luna goes in, goes for the 2-shot, doesn't kill off Senny, and this guy butt clenching right there. But Keeper reports that Roshan is up.
A little bit of greedy play there.
Oh, it's
for
level
Tank,
is
not
no,
going
it's a
for
second
the
Rosh.
disruptor.
Yeah, so it's only a second Rosh. No cheese.
Alright. Cheese isn't great for EC anyway. Like, no one really to carry it right now. But they should be able to lock down this Aegis for the Luna. She just spent a lot of gold on something, a Moon Shard, so yeah, she's hitting very hard. This is pretty much an all-in play from EC, and it has to be. If they, again, don't make this push happen for whatever reason, if they don't get at least a Rax, then the Naga Siren farm, the Omni Knight farm, is just going to get too crushing for them to comfortably deal with. They'll have to pull out something amazing at that point. But, ooh, Ethereal Blade. Ditch the Ether Lens, get an Ethereal Blade.
Yeah, I think
Very
it's,
powerful item up against PA.
Yeah, I thought he should have gotten this earlier, but oh, guess not. He has a lot of stats now, so E-Blade does decent amount of damage. I don't know how much damage it does now. 2 times your primary attribute, so doing math. Never mind.
Not
But,
gonna do
what
math on
matters here is
stream.
Solera is gonna scout out 2 very important kills. Does he want the Naga? He does, and wow, this guy getting the song mid burrow.
Well, Song of the Siren is down for 2 minutes now. EC, we're going to push anyway, but now they have to worry about one less thing coming out from Sharks, so that might have been a potentially game-winning play there from Tolera just by pulling out that Naga Siren ultimate. They're barreling down top lane. The push from Sharks is decent, but they're going up against Tinker, so that is not going to be a great way to make sure that they stay in this game. They have to fight. Out Naga Siren song is going to be tough.
Yeah, here you go. They're gonna smoke right at the entrance there, behind that Luna, and they want to pull back the Luna Gale. Pop the repel, trying to fight up against this Luna, but I don't think it's going to end well for him. There's a Satanic on the Luna as well. That Abyssal Blade did almost nothing. Stormer already used his aggressive tool. So we'll see if he does continue to decide to push in, because now he's jumping in on that Luna with that repel, but Nox is just really ignoring this. He has that Satanic as well to top him up to full if he wants it. And Nox still getting permanently stunned there? Was he stunned? I don't know. Keeper getting pushed at the 4-stop as well. The BKB now gonna wear off. Luna ready to deploy her powerful lasers. Slash in trouble as well. Here comes the epicenter. Is he gonna find him? Yep, Dark Strike lands on the Disruptor. He's dropping low. The Glaives coming in. Nice push from the Keeper. Keeps them down, but now they've lost that Disruptor. They've lost the Sand King. And the Dazzle on the dire side. Nox deploys that Satanic. Heals back up to full. Takes the Rex. So even if they go down here, Rexes have been secured. That Dale still staying alive. Just really, really resilient. This guy, one more hit will kill him off, but not gonna happen. And they will actually get a lot of heroes alive here. 4-4 Rex. I think EC will take it. It's progress, you could say. There's permanent damage they
I
did.
won't say it's also just not good enough. Like, they lose all of their assets hero-wise. Like, they lose that Luna, they lose that Aegis. And the only reason they went for that push was because they had Aegis in the first place. Now they have to wait so long for yet another one. Sharks end up holding. They have, look at these gems on the Naga Siren, just collecting them because why not? That push wasn't good enough for EC, and a lot of that was because there was no true sight there. Like, Moonlight Shadow hid the vast majority of Sharks and pretty much nullified the Luna Eclipse, even though they have a gem on the Grid Light.
Because he was too far back.
Yeah, he was way in the back. Yeah. So I don't think that was good enough for EC to call that a win.
Oh, there comes the March spam, and Stormer has quite a bit of damage on him, but it's nighttime, so the PA can't scout out any targets to strike right now. Tower takes a little bit of damage, but Luna doesn't want to spend that buyback. 30 seconds on that cooldown. Nice observer. Gonna de-warded by the Dazzle right off the bat. Stormer once again going for that tower, the repel. Keeping things in check here with the March spam. The Illuminate clears out the wave. Turns on backdoor protection again. No, where's that backdoor protection? No, still no backdoor. And yeah, they survive this.
They'll respect the Luna. They'll back off. The Sharks really aren't in any sort of rush here. The Naga Siren has got the Octarine up at this point. Not sure if Travels are going to be next for her, but she's loaded. Omni-Knight has an ultimate orb towards a Sheepstick. I would assume he's also loaded. I mean, Luna may be powerful, Tinker may be farmed, but there's going to be at a certain point too many threats on Shark's side.
Yeah. Fusel Blade and 4-staff on Tolera. Haven't really seen that put to good use. He hasn't used a single charge yet, so probably just died at the start of that fight. I saw him go down really early, along with the Dazzle. Nox now at 4,000 gold. I think he has to go for MKB next.
Illusion.
He doesn't output enough damage to the PA, or do you go for Rapier here? Is it that time yet? Are they that desperate yet?
If he does get it, I can't blame him. I don't think it's really required right now, but yeah, you need an MKB to first of all deal with Blur, obviously, but you also have to deal with that Radiance mischance. I don't know what the total tally is of mischance at that point, but it's way too much for Luna to feel comfortable about.
Well, looks like EC want to try and set their sights in the bottom lane. They're keeping that lane pushed out. The Radiant, on the other hand, are pushing out this wave of super creeps, so there's that. And finally getting Dagon. He left the Shiva's guard at home. Yeah, he realized that item is not really useful to him. There's too much magic immunity anyway. He needs to blow them up right away. So, rectifying his mistakes. But Naga being Naga.
You have Bloodstone as like a defensive item. Ethereal Blade is a really good defensive item up against the Phantom Assassin at least. So his defensive needs are pretty well met at this point.
Oh, there's a Diffusal Battle Strike. There we go. Very nice one. They push that Mirana forward, force out that BKB. And with that BKB down, they could make this into a push. The Kinetic Field will stop the wave from coming in. But Illuminate as well as this Luna. She doesn't have buyback though, so this could be a dangerous push to have. And
they're waiting for another Roche.
Resident Sleeper. Speaking of
I
which,
mean, if they go in right now, it will probably just be suicide. So I, again, can't blame them for doing this. But there's so many items coming up on Sharks. Like, Mirana has pretty much the full shotgun build. Phantom Assassin has 5k to spend. Naga Siren has a Diffusal Blade, I would assume, on the way. And Omni Knight is mad loaded in defensive items.
no Aghanims, I'm surprised actually. Could heal those towers.
For Omni?
Not heal, I mean like protect those towers, yeah. He's getting a Hex, I think? He's got
It should
Lotus
be a Hex
already.
for him.
He already has a Lotus, so he can deflect Tinker's lasers, which is gonna be pretty sick. But
Yeah,
Keeper
Lincoln's
gets a
spirit
Hex.
value is kind of mediocre in this game. It should just be a Hex. I mean, he's... Look at this. This is not like a itemization inventory that an Omni Knight is supposed to have. Phantom Midas value.
Luna going in, and this time they're going in for that. Going in for him, and now they get that. They get that Omni Knight. That song. They might find Senny anyway. Solera doesn't have that. Doesn't have that Aghanim Scepter. They get that. They get that Omni Knight. The Diffusal Blade working out for them, getting key targets picked off. But is it enough? This Luna farm is
Doesn't
now
buy
just gonna
back.
stagnate because she already has maxed out items. But no buyback. No, there is a buyback on Omni.
Yes, he does have a buyback. They could have also just waited. Oh, they
right.
found Mirana. That's
Oh, they
huge.
found him. Nope, gonna force that BKB again. At this point, just using it for defense. Now down to 7 seconds, and not for this fight. Nox sees the opening, goes in with the Manta Style, will chip away at this tier 3 tower. And once the tower goes down, the glaives will bounce around. Omni Knight comes back in, and now they're gonna start. And I'm not sure how good an idea this is. Disruptor doesn't have a ultimate ready, so that song was pretty much just for... I don't know, that song was just defensively used. Nox uses his 9-second BKB, but they force out the song, they force out some spells, but no further push coming out. Double damage, bottom lane. Gonna give that to the Luna. Gonna have that blink forward. There is your Disruptor. He's gonna start things off. It's gonna land onto him. Nice E-Blade. Keeps him alive, but he gets burst down right away. The epicenter comes in. He gawks into the silence, though. That is a bad time to go into the silence. Luna buys back. This could be game ending for them if they get caught out. Nice Barrel Strike here onto Dale. Dale getting it slowed up. There's that repel once again. It gets hexed up by that Keeper, and him going down. That buyback's already been used. This Omni Knight cannot afford to die again. He dies, so that's gonna be a dieback. 90 seconds on the sidelines there. They do buy back the Luna though. So losing the Luna again could lose them the game. So they have to play this one very, very carefully. They have to thread carefully here. Evil Corporation have given the net worth back to Sharks now.
Flash Strike. He's gonna try to cut the wave, but Sanking's gonna try to... not quite. BKB TP out, but a minute without BKB, there is still no creep wave though, so it kind of seems like they have to go for Roche. There's gonna be no push in mid.
Thing about Roche is Luna can't afford to hold it anymore. She doesn't have the space. She has to drop something. I don't think she... maybe
No,
sack
she can't
the
afford
Manta.
to drop anything.
The only one I can really see is to sack the Manta, but that removes too much
Manta
utility.
gives you so much damage versus those structures though, like with those extra illusions, especially with their butterfly build. She's gonna drop the boots and prep for an Aegis. This is fairly all in here.
This is a siege breaker build, right? Like you just walk in.
Yeah,
She doesn't have buyback. She needs
she's
to have
gonna
it.
have the boots most likely still
Flutter?
for her afterwards, but you know, you're kind of going for the straight win if you're gonna take this play.
Where's the treads? Did she destroy it?
I think Sand King has them.
Okay. She moves pretty fast anyway. 368 with the Manta, and with Flutter, she moves pretty fast. So maybe it could work out because it's Luna.
At this point, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for EC to actually make a straight push. Naga Siren's build travels Manta style Radiance. It's pretty much all the checkboxes for a carry Naga Siren. So she's going to be killing all the creep waves. and EC have a sheep stick to deal with an illusion occasionally, but Naga Siren right now is just going into full space creation mode, being Cancer Naga Siren, and EC would love to push now. If they do push, though, they're going to take an absolute beating on their own towers, and like the person who's pushing is Nox, and his position right now is not a good one. He is so far ahead of any sort of backup here.
Yeah, that's why he sends the illusions forward, and they will handle this wave for him. That's where the Disruptor comes in and spoils the fun. Tinker's got BT2, so he's gonna come in and maybe try and nuke a target. Disruptor is a nice target to kill. Only has that Blink Dagger, no Aghanim Scepter, nothing really fancy about him. Could get picked off very easily. Nice Observer Ward there. The Tinker Ward getting scouted out here.
EC aren't really pushing all that fast. Naga Siren's farming in the meantime. She has 5,600 gold. They're finally at the enemy base. But it's really just Nox who's a little bit far ahead. Has got to be careful. Naga Siren
takes an arrow. There's the E-Blade.
Naga Siren is actually teleported back.
Oh, Barrel Strike onto the Mirana, but the repel immediately comes in, and the PA jumping in as well. They might actually decide to glimpse her back in. Poison Touch going back to the Dazzle. It glimpse Nox, but it's not going to be him bouncing too far back into the Radiant base. And again, the Radiant causing trouble. Middle Rexus in the middle lane under attack here. Nox not going to get healed up by that Keeper because of the time of day. Oh, Nox deploys that Satanic to try and heal that, but he gets double hit there. He forces out the BKB, doesn't want to use that just yet. He really has to back off now. There's that song, gonna be deployed. Nox in trouble, gonna lose his Aegis. So, this game's starting to get really troublesome. There's the silence as well. This is a problem here for this Luna. Now here comes the Barrel Strike Epicenter, but all the BK pieces make it completely useless. Now the Luna in trouble, doesn't have the Satanic out. Slash Strike kills him off. Nice laser deflection there. The E-Blade gets bounced onto the Tinker. Tinker in trouble. He denies himself. The Luna doesn't have buyback. It was already died back. 2 minutes on cooldown. And now I think Sharks might have just turned this one around. They get the Keeper against another gem for the Luna, for the Naga collection. I don't know, man. Mike, I think EC might have waited too long to end this game.
That's 4 gems that the Naga can have right now. So sell everything, pick up your gems, gets a heart, get travels. Everyone's just gonna jump right into the mid lane. With only a Dazzle, potential Tinker Coddle to make this defense, I don't see that happening. EC, they played it like the way you're supposed to play it. I think we're looking back, it had to be up towards that top lane earlier, right? Like where they decided to fall back instead of pushing in the 2 minutes left on the Aegis that could have set them on a much more direct path. But
this is called being too defensive.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to look at the items for the Omni-Knight and the Naga Siren. These are like supporty heroes. They have like full carry build. You can't let that stay. You got to do something about that.
Yeah, I expect GG to come out now as Tinker buys back in, tries for the last thing, but Throne still falls and Sharks. Oh man, that game was unnecessarily long for both sides, and in the end, inaction results in a loss here for Team EC. So Evil Corporation, they had a better draft, they had a better start at the beginning anyway, and then they let the carries come into play, and Omni Knight and Naga stall enough for their team to come back strong. And in the end, Sharks take game 1 of this best of 3. What do you think, Mike? Will they tilt in the next game? Because after losses like these, you usually don't perform well in game 2.
I think EC played well enough that they still have a pretty good shot as long as they remain composed for game 2. Like, this was a win for Sanguine Sharks. I'm not really sure if they'll be feeling really great about it, though. I mean, it's just a win they were able to squeak out.
Alright, we'll see what happens next in game number 2. You're watching a best of 3 between Sanguine Sharks and Team Evil Corporation. So we'll be right back. You're watching D2CL Season 9, powered by Epic Esports Events. And face it, I'm Lysander, he's Mike Loris. You can check us out on the top right corner. And we'll be right back for game number 2.